Fire memes, baby.
Baby, NWO.
Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Fa 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 fa. Better run, 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 run away. Oh, psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Fa 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 fa. Better run, 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 run away. Oh.
Welcome everyone to the Nerd World Order podcast. This is Loza, and joining me as always, or for the third time ever, I don't know, is CJ,
Hello.
Andres,
Hey.
and Barker.
Hello.
Hi. The NWO is where we're trying to take over the world by spreading the weekly pop culture news from across different genres, which include movies, comics, TV shows, or anything that we consider nerd. The Nerd World Order podcast, our greatest in poopertainment since 2017. So yeah, Andres actually brought this up the other day. It's about 3 years because Logan came out March 2017.
It came out this month, yes.
Yeah, but we're in our 3-year anniversary.
Crazy.
So, yeah. And actually, we're one of the few things that didn't close down this week because of the coronavirus. They literally canceled everything. I'm actually surprised when we went to go see it, there was that many people in the movie theater.
I was shocked too. I mean,
Yeah.
it was quite a few people.
There was even a little sign that says that due to the lack of people going to the movies and the amount of money that they spent on popcorn, you can't get the jumbo refill, which I always get the jumbo refill.
That's fucking
You
bullshit.
bastards! You greedy fucking bastards!
Slip over the right.
It's like that's the thing that crosses Abel's mind. It's like I have to solve the fucking. I have to find a cure.
I had to find the fear of the coronavirus because I need my goddamn popcorn.
That's
He
the
turns
final
into
straw.
Vin Diesel after the guy.
That's the final straw.
Orville Redenbacher just snapped next.
Abel's Bloodshot after that.
He's like that man for Scarlet Witch, you know? He's like talking to Orville Redenbacher. You took everything from me. I don't know who you are.
So yeah, popcorn is my biggest concern about the coronavirus right now.
It's his vendetta.
Fuck.
That's awesome. Fuck you, Abel. Fuck you and your popcorn.
I don't have access to the poll question, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have access to our own Twitter account. So, we're kind of boned.
Yeah.
They don't have access.
Because this dickbag has it.
It's attached to my personal Twitter, so I don't
And
know.
he has no idea what the password is. So we're probably hacked.
Yeah, we probably hacked.
Yeah.
So you can't even tweet from there? Well, until you get back on there.
Which is until April something, 12th or something. So.
SMH.
Just be a Christian.
SMH pull question. So we can run into this. I want a shitload of pull questions so we can have the same problem and not have.
Can we just do a whole show of poll questions?
Poll question? Yes, poll question.
And we also don't have a drink of the show because Andres dropped the ball.
I forgot.
The proverbial ball.
Jesus.
You didn't remind me. That's your fault.
How's that my fault?
You remind me.
No, I said in the group chat, Andres, you have
I
beer.
have CTE.
But how is that not like me? Oh, okay. All right.
I have
Bye-bye.
CTE. You need to remind me.
You know what? He might have CT. He had a concussion for like a
I had
year.
a concussion. Yeah, I have CTE.
How do you have a year-long concussion?
I don't know.
It wasn't a year, but it was a lot.
It was like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I had a severe concussion.
Okay, 8 weeks. Okay. 1 year.
It felt like a year. Bro.
Hey, he's got CD.
You know what? I'm sorry.
When you
You
have
know
a
what?
concussion, time
You're
moves
right.
slower, bro. I'm telling you.
Fair enough. I'm sorry.
You ever listen to Mike Tyson talk? Okay, so.
So yeah, we
So
don't
when
have
do you
it.
get your lisp? Is it pretty soon?
I've always had my lisp.
He has a list.
I have a lisp.
You don't.
Yes, he
I have
does.
a lisp.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I have a lisp.
That was gonna be a funny joke.
Oh, fuck, sorry.
It's okay. You don't.
I do.
No, people who have lisps go like this.
Like this Barcelona.
Okay, so we don't have a drink of the show. We don't have poll questions, and we don't have shit Whitney says. So we're gonna move right along.
Oh, shit.
Do you guys know what a lisp is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like this
I don't think you have. Yeah, that you don't have that.
Barcelona.
He has a very slight lisp.
I have a
yeah.
lisp. I swear I have a lisp.
Andres is here, and he actually forwarded me the email before we went to go watch the movie about the anime news. So this weekend,
Oh shit! You're on top of shit.
He literally put this together.
All you
while
did
we
was
were-
all you forgot was the beer.
He was literally putting this together 30 minutes ago in the kitchen.
he was so concentrated on the anime news that he completely forgot about the
Well,
beer.
you know
You
what?
have to. I mean, you got your own segment. You,
Yeah.
you
You
gotta
know
be
what?
hard hitting.
I get it. You know what?
We've said that you're the Adam Schefter of anime news, so
Yes.
Or no, what was it?
Not true at all.
the
Adrian Wojnarowski.
yeah, Wojnarowski.
It's a Woj.
No, but you fucked it up that last.
Woj bomb!
The Andres Loza Memorial Anime Minute.
君にベイビーシートベリーや本当の気持ちだけ分け合ったら
Digimon Adventure's original story might finally be coming to an end with the upcoming release of Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna later this month. But that won't be the final time we see the 8 original Digidestined. Well, that's not technically correct either, as we will be seeing them in a whole new way as Digimon Adventures reboots the anime with the new TV anime series premiering this April in Japan.
Jeez.
The new variation on the original incarnation of the franchise will be de-aging the original kids into elementary school age as they take on a new kind of digital world set in the year 2020. So that's a hot scoop, Andres.
Wow.
Hot. Damn.
That's hot, dude.
Pulitzer.
That's hot.
Man.
Pulitzer Prize over here, Andres.
Finger on the pulse of anime news.
Finger on
Did you guys see the new...
Finger on the butt pulse.
Did you guys see they added a Pokemon movie to Netflix?
No, please.
No,
don't.
but yeah,
Yeah,
let's not-
yeah.
Nice, yeah. It's good. It's the original movie, you know, when Ash turns into stone or whatever.
Wow.
No, I haven't seen that one.
You've seen that one. We saw that as kids.
No.
Okay, no.
Is that the one with where they introduced Mewtwo?
Yes.
Oh, he turns into stone?
No, Ash does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You've seen that fucking movie when we were kids, Abel.
I don't remember.
The original Pokemon movie.
I don't remember.
Andres remembers every anime minute of his life. Okay, it's not fair.
I haven't.
It's like alphabetized and everything.
He's the Rayman of anime.
You don't have CTE. You
don't
just
like anime.
you don't have CTE. You just commit so much programming.
I
into
don't
this
like anime.
File.
He
of
knows the
anime.
movie I'm fucking talking about. He's just being dumb.
No, I'm honest. I know what movie you're talking about, but I do not remember about Ash turning into stone.
Oh yeah, fucking film.
When Pikachu tries to revive him,
I forgot.
and everybody's all crying. You ever seen that shit?
I don't know.
IG.
The only thing I remember about that movie is they introduced Mewtwo.
Yeah.
But it's the same movie?
They remade it. It's CGI now on Netflix or whatever.
You have a lot of information on this. It's pretty good. I'm proud of you.
Well, it's just a
Finger
fucking trailer
on the
Twitter.
pulse.
On the butt pulse.
On the butt pulse.
I don't even like anime. What are you talking about? Pokemon's not even anime.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it
anime.
is.
That's so anime.
It's super anime.
Yeah, fuck that. No, it's not
And
anime.
like animation from Japan. It's anime.
It's anime.
That's totally anime. That's like one of the first animes.
Not anime.
I don't think that's true actually.
This weekend. Okay, so speaking of the coronavirus, two of our national treasures, fucking were tested positive for coronavirus. Did you hear about that?
Man.
Tom Hanks, not
Oh.
you. Which sucks because fucking everybody
Because
loves
it's
Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I love
and
Tom Hanks.
and I think honestly, like there was 30 minutes of coronavirus news that was like boom, 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 and you're like, okay, this is kind of serious with Tom Hanks and then the NBA and all that. So it's like, God, but the coronavirus gods better not take away Tom Hanks from us because I'll be pissed.
I mean, it's not looking good for that. I don't know. We'll see.
So yeah,
I think Tom Hanks is a healthy enough person who'll survive it.
Can't name one bad Tom Hanks movie. Can't. Impossible. Not one bad one.
Polar Express.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Shit.
You guys like
Maybe.
Polar Express?
Nah,
Shit,
I
I
didn't.
forgot about
I
that.
like Polar Express.
That's okay.
But that wasn't really him. That was more animation style.
Like
What's
Castaway.
your beef with Polar
Dude,
Express?
Castaway, amazing. Forrest Gump, amazing.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan, oh, amazing.
Catch Me If You Can.
Amazing.
You know, I'm surprised that Tom Hanks and Leo haven't worked together more often. You'd think so.
I would think so.
Yeah. Road to Perdition's a good movie.
I wouldn't know.
I haven't seen Bridge of Spies, but I heard that's pretty good.
I haven't seen that one either.
Big. The Bosom Buddies. Have you guys seen that? That's a TV show. Tom Hanks' first big role was the Bosom Buddies.
I actually
and that's
have
where
one.
that's where him and his buddy are guys, but they live in the girls. The only way to stay on campus is to live on the girls' dorm, and they dress up as girls, and they have misadventures. They
That's
have
funny.
hijinks. Yeah.
And hijinks.
Toy Story 2 and 4.
No.
That's not because of Tom Hanks.
They're not bad.
I'm saying,
Toy Story 2 is amazing.
it's not my jam. So.
But that's not because of Tom Hanks.
Toy Story
That
4.
doesn't matter. It's just,
No, and those movies are like universally acclaimed.
Not by me.
Dude, Toy Story 4 is like the highest rated one. The one that just came out.
No, well, that's dumb. The first one should be.
The third one's the best
The
one.
first one is the best.
No, the
third
first one's the
one.
best. First one's the best.
The
Yes.
third one. Third one.
It doesn't have shit.
It sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
we
You
established
just
it
said
long
that
ago.
Toy Story 2 sucks.
I didn't say it sucks. It's bad. I don't like it.
That's like saying like the Dark Knight sucked because of Commissioner Gordon.
That's not,
That's not
what I
fair.
said.
No.
No, it did suck, but not because. It doesn't matter if it's Tom Hanks. The argument is that he's never been in a bad movie.
Yeah, he's never in
Toy
a
Story
bad
2 is not a bad movie.
movie. Toy Story 2
That's
is
not
not
a
a
bad
bad
movie.
movie.
Well, fuck you guys.
He's not even
Fuck
in it.
that.
His voice is just in it.
No, but when you're voice acting, you're still in it.
Fine, whatever. But fine. It's not a bad movie.
I'll think of one.
Okay, that's your goal for the show. You'll forget. We do this all the time. It's like you go to do something and you never ever brings it up.
I will not forget.
Okay. Speaking of, how can I do this segue?
Forrest Gump 2. Yeah.
Uh,
They were gonna do that, but then 9/11 happened. And they didn't.
What?
They were going to do Forrest Gump 2, but then that was like right before 9/11.
Are you serious?
And they scrapped it after 9/11.
What did?
The meeting to have it was on 9/11.
Movie
That's
what?
not true.
What? What is?
No,
what is
I'm
it?
1,000% true.
I'm
Wait,
looking. No, I'm
I
looking
spaced
this
out
up.
for a second. What?
It's 1,000% true.
That they were
the
planning on-
production meeting for Forrest Gump 2 was on 9/11, and they scrapped it because of 9/11.
I call bullshit on this.
Those fucking turds. I'm just kidding.
It's true.
That's like Mark Wahlberg saying that he would have stopped 9/11. Have you heard?
No, what? No.
He would have stopped.
He would have. He was supposed to be on one of the planes, but he missed it, and he said he wishes he was on one of the planes because he would have stopped 9/11.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm 100% serious.
Oh, no, it's funny that he'd say that because it's just like, shut the fuck up.
It
Okay.
is funny that he would say that. That's ridiculous.
Who the fuck is he?
What a douchebag.
He was on the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania, or he was supposed to be on the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania.
That would have missed the towers completely, wasn't it?
Ha! You're wrong. It was on September 10th.
Same shit. Whatever.
Eat a
I'm
dick.
right.
That is not the same shit. September 10th, 2001.
I wasn't crying on September 10th. Okay.
I can tell you, there's a. Big
I wasn't scaring for my life.
I
on
can
September
tell you,
10th.
there's a big difference from the
September-
10th and the 11th.
But the point remains.
I was
that
eating hot dogs and macaroni and cheese on September 10th.
They
Okay.
scrapped it because of 9/11.
Wait, how old were you guys in 9/11?
We were sixth
I was in-
grade, so we
I was
were
in seventh grade.
You guys are fucking
11,
old.
12 years old.
I was in my grandma's car, and she told me.
You guys are fucking old.
I remember we were
Shut
in,
up, bitch.
we were in Mr. Brown's first period and everything like that.
Yeah, when the second one happened.
Yeah,
Ew.
he had like the TV on. He was like, "Guys, this shit's going down. It's fucking serious as hell."
That shit was
And like we didn't understand until you saw like the plane crashing into the building. It's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. And we just watched TV all day that day.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did too.
Like all the
every class
teachers were
watched
like
TV.
fucking morbid.
You guys are,
Like,
you guys are
Yeah.
ancient.
That shit's crazy.
Shut up, bitch.
I was 4 years old.
Shut up, motherfucker. I was eating breakfast when JFK.
you know,
died.
grow into puberty first and let's talk,
I was
Andres.
4 years old. You all
Fucking
like dirt old.
Why are we doing like fucking
over here with
Forrest
the
Gump
fucking
3?
Dora the Explorer shirt on.
You're the
and
one that
shit.
brought up Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Well, he's the one who brought up Tom Hanks. Fuck you, Andres.
I brought up Tom Hanks because he has coronavirus.
Oh, fuck you, Abel.
All right.
You didn't even talk about Rita Wilson.
Oh, and
I
Rita Wilson.
know, right?
He's like two of our greatest, but then Tom Hanks and then just
Tom
you know,
Hanks.
fuck, poll question. Fuck you, Rita Wilson.
Who's Rita Wilson?
Colin Hanks.
His wife.
Oh.
She's an actress. She was the mom in Jingle All the Way.
Ah, that's who that is.
That's how I know her.
Colin Hanks, who's great.
Oh yeah,
Colin
Colin Hanks is
Hanks,
great.
yeah.
Orange County,
Orange County.
one of the greatest underrated
It
movies
is
of all
underrated
time.
as hell.
Oh my
That
God.
movie's amazing.
It's pretty good.
It's his birthday, man. Yeah, his death birthday.
Alrighty. Speaking of Orange County, CJ, you play video games, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever played The Last of Us?
Nerd.
I mean, it's a nerd.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's okay.
I hear it's one of the best.
I've
video
never
games of
finished
all
it,
time.
but
No, I heard
it's
it's
pretty
pretty
good. It is
Yeah.
really good. Actually.
Well, they're gonna make it an HBO series.
That
yeah.
will be. It will be.
Haven't
That's
they
a,
learned, bro? Video games. When you
No.
adapt video games.
No, but it's different. This is HBO.
I think.
Oh, HBO. Like
not
that's any
television.
better.
Have you seen a bad HBO series?
The last
I
season of
haven't.
Game of Thrones.
I'm kind of.
that doesn't-
There's one that's like.
The other seven
I'm not
overtake the
sold
last.
What is it?
on Avenue 5.
I haven't seen that.
I can't decide if I like it or not.
Ballers is pretty good.
I haven't seen Ballers.
I don't think I would like
Barry
Ballers.
is horrible. I'm kidding.
Barry.
I just wanted to make fun of CJ.
Brilliant. Barry's
No, I've watched a couple episodes and yeah. That's
I'm gonna
actually-
start you-
so smart.
I'm gonna start Euphoria. I'm almost done with them.
You never have seen Euphoria?
Nuh-uh.
My goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it. We're one episode away from finishing the McMillions show.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'm on.
Dude,
number
Abel brings
3.
that up every day.
It's
see
good.
three.
It's
It's
good
really
as
He brings
fuck.
it up every day.
Dude, it's
really
good
good.
as fuck, dude. It's good.
It's
what do
cool.
you know, bitch?
I fucking
Ah.
love that.
Wait. Do you play Xbox or PS4?
Xbox.
Oh, cool.
I love that FBI dude.
Yeah,
That guy's awesome.
Yeah, that guy is
He's
cool as
cool,
fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Xbox, bro.
But yeah, no. So
Yeah, but I don't know what
they're
this is.
they're,
PS4.
they're bringing a Last of Us TV series, which is awesome because all I ever hear is that it's one of the best stories in a video game
It's really
ever.
great.
So
heard
yeah.
that too.
I think that's good because I think that kind of game, that one in particular, lends itself well to like a series.
And I think better more for a series than a movie. I think.
But I think that's what the video games should focus on, not movies, TV shows. Because
'Cause
you get broader.
I was
I
so.
wonder how they do it with The Witcher. You know, watch
Well,
The Witcher?
no, I was just about to bring up The Witcher. I was so into The Witcher, like I'm gonna watch it or whatever. And then somebody told me they're like, "Have you played any of the video games or read it?" And I was like, "No." And they told me you're gonna be lost, dude. Because it's like so like you have to be in that world to kind of get it.
That's not true.
So they're just
Have
like
you
kind
seen
of
it?
they're boxing.
Witcher?
Uh-huh.
I saw the first episode.
And
They're kind of putting it like
I mean, I haven't
niching
played
it,
the game. It's fine.
just niching it into like
No.
people that play Witcher.
Well,
So like all of
did
us
you
are
like
just
it?
kind of walking
Yeah,
blind.
yeah.
We can't
I
even.
mean, I'm a Henry Cavill fan,
sucks.
so I watched it. And it was
Cavill.
fine.
so why didn't you finish it? If you're such a big fan.
Well, because I started watching the Harley Quinn thing,
Oh, nice. Okay.
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 You get this one exception.
which I'm gonna finish it when I get back.
Finish it and get back
Because
to
I'll
us.
be in fucking quarantine. Nobody's gonna be leaving the fucking house anyway.
Speaking of The Last of Us, did you guys hear there was a rumor that Johnny Depp might be playing the Joker in the next Batman movie?
Wow.
What?
Not this one, but the next one.
This one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
So this one.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what do you think? A, that they're bringing the Joker again, and then B, that it's Johnny Depp.
I don't know why you don't like that.
It's okay.
Abel, you can't have Batman without the Joker. That's
Yes,
how
you
it is.
Yeah,
no, you
but
can't.
it's
no, you
over-
absolutely,
Yes, you absolutely
fucking
can't.
can't. No, you
No,
can't.
but
you're gonna-
it's oversaturation.
Yeah, that's exactly the word I was going to use. Is
No,
oversaturation.
you weren't.
They
Yes,
complete.
I
them.
was, bitch. You know,
I said it first.
They complete themselves. Yin and yang.
Yeah, but you don't have
yeah,
to do it
but
right
you,
now.
you don't have to do it all
He's
the
got
time.
a good point.
But is it every time?
Yes.
So you fake fuck us with Jared Leto's piece of shit rendition of it, and then you have
First of
Arthur
all,
Fleck and his great
first of
rendition.
all, that is not fair.
You ain't that
about
strong
Jared
enough
Leto.
to be fucking with me and you
Get out of here.
DMX, good. Okay.
Wait, first of all, you can't say that about Jared Leto because he was in the movie for 5 fucking minutes. So relax on
5
Jared
terrible
Leto.
minutes.
5 horrible minutes.
If anything, the only thing that really still I bump up against is the design. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, the performance wasn't anything, because the nicest right, it was 5 minutes. It's just he looks like a juggalo.
Yeah, he looks
And
like a
me
piece
and
of shit.
juggalos have a history of not liking each other, so...
So
You
some
like,
great
wait a
Malenko
minute,
for
you
you?
don't, you don't like
Yeah,
Juggalos?
I'm with
What do you
Abel
mean?
on that.
Yeah.
Fuck Juggaloes.
What's
Poll question.
What is a juggalo? I don't know. Juggalos are just weird.
What's wrong with Juggalos? Have you had an encounter with Juggalos?
I met one cool Juggalo. Is when we worked at Target. What was that guy's name? Cade or something?
What the fuck
You
is
keep
it?
bringing this up and I don't remember a kid. You know what I think it is? It's just his imaginary juggalo friend.
Wait, what the
He's got
fuck
like
is a Juggalo?
He's got like a Tyler Durden, like just Juggalo.
Wait,
He's Tyler Durden's in juggalo.
what's a Juggalo? I'm being left out.
Okay, look at Abel over there, like a dick, you know, and he's just hitting like a shopping cart.
Wait, what's a Juggalo? I don't get it.
A juggalo is a person who listens to the Insane Clown
Well,
Posse.
it's more than it's like a religion.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But then they've turned it into this whole like,
It used to be just an ICP fan.
yeah, and it's like they follow these rules that the ICP have laid out and stuff like
Okay,
that.
so-
They even have their own like tournament, their own festival every
Those
year,
are
and then they drink
Juggalos?
Fanta or
Yeah.
something like that.
So,
Oh.
Fago.
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 I'd like
So
to
my
Fanta.
apparently my Tyler Durden apparently he told me all about it one time. He was like, you
Isn't
have-
there like cards or something?
yeah, you have to go in the great sky. I don't know. The jester hands out 7 cards, and if one of them's a Joker, you're fucked. Or
They
if
kill
one
you?
of them, I don't know. I think you die. You die, then this happens.
Like every album that ICP releases is like the next chapter in their Bible or whatever.
Yeah,
Like it's
I don't
weird,
know.
yeah.
It's weird. I don't know. Fuck Juggalos. I can say that. Don't edit that out.
That's a
I stand
weird-
by that.
that's some
If somebody
weird
wants,
shit.
if some Juggalo wants to come beat my ass, let them. That's
Let's see them try.
Did you ever see that Explorer in Manhattan? It was painted and it had like a Juggalo centerfold on it. It was like the girl like laying like Playboy style, and she was like dressed as a Juggalo, and I'm like,
that sounds.
No, okay. So the best story I have is we were coming from Four Winds, me and my ex-girlfriend at the time, and we stopped right there where
She was your
Maine-
ex at the time.
She's
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. So we're at Maine and Kansas, right where like
like
Abe
that,
Hubert's at and
Yeah.
everything there. And there is the 3 kids, and like 2 kids have like, you know, just bright colors on and everything, like backpacks, and then a Juggalo kid. And they're at Dairy Queen, and he's just licking down this ice cream. And I'm like, this is like the epitome of like irony right here. Like, you know, Cindy and Bobby, you know, and everything, and then Cade.
it's Tyler Durden.
He was a cool guy. He was really cool.
He was going to town.
I was actually.
with
I
an ice
remember
cream
being
cone.
sad when he told me he was
Wait,
a Juggalo.
did he show up to work in clown makeup?
He seemed like a normal dude. He was like.
And they all
was
have
cool.
the hatchet tattoo. The little dude with the hatchet.
He had a
it seems
shitload of
like.
tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably did. He probably had one. if I'm not.
There's a
making
great
him up,
Workaholics
apparently.
episode of that.
Yeah,
Of the
the-
Juggalo
yeah.
one, yeah.
So, anyways, back to Johnny Depp. What do you guys think of Johnny Depp and Juggalos?
That's cool.
Wait, no.
I don't approve. I don't like it.
Johnny Depp and him possibly being the Joker.
Johnny Depp is a juggalo?
This is a goddamn
No,
train.
he's not a juggalo.
This
Wait,
is a dumpster fire.
I like it. I mean, it's a good casting.
I guess.
There's worse castings out there.
I guess if they're gonna have to cast a
Great,
Joker,
great actor.
if they're gonna have to cast a Joker, he's like, I feel like he's done roles that are Joker-esque, like
Pirates of
the
the Caribbean.
Like all of them.
Like Charlie and the
Charlie
Chocolate
and the Chocolate
Factory,
Factory,
and, the barbershop.
Yeah.
Sweet
Oh,
Todd.
Sweet
Sweet Todd,
Todd,
yeah.
yeah. So
Dude, he's an excellent actor.
that's not the point. The point is that can we do Batman without the Joker for 5 minutes?
I agree with Dave.
I mean, if they're not gonna have it in this movie, I mean, he's gonna be in the sequels.
And that's fine. Just give me this first movie without the Joker.
Who do you want? The fucking Penguin?
They already have the Penguin,
Riddler,
the Riddler,
Catwoman.
and not Two-Face.
Maybe,
No, I'm happy about the.
Scarecrow?
No.
I was gonna say it's possible that he's just like.
No, I'm happy about
Poison Ivy?
I'm really happy about the Riddler. I'm glad the Riddler's in it. We need to see more Riddler.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was gonna say maybe it's just like a fleeting appearance, but if it's Johnny Depp.
Dude, they should do the Court of Owls. That'd be dope.
That's later.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, it's whatever. It's cool that's a rumor.
I think like Captain Corona will be a future villain.
Captain Corona.
Will that be he just sneezes on you? While all the hospital beds are full.
Supersonic sneeze.
And everybody's taking the toilet paper.
Poll question. Is there going to be a Captain Corona in the next Batman movie?
There should be. And everyone has to poop. But nobody can. Well, they can. You just have to.
No, the reason why people are buying up the toilet paper is because they're afraid that we did too. We bought a couple rolls. That since you're going to be quarantined, you're not going to be able to leave. So that's why you have toilet paper. Not because the coronavirus makes you shit.
Just take a shower.
We have a bidet, so I don't have to worry about it. I just like to spray my ass.
Then why don't you buy toilet paper? Just to piss people off?
Yeah.
I have a bidet too.
Alright.
Huh?
Kinda
I
respect
have a bidet too. Just go outside and spray your ass with the water hose.
That's what I'm saying. Just like, psst. Dude, the bidet is a life changer, bro. It is.
Wait, does it come out like jet firing? Like
No,
boom,
no,
like in your
no.
ass?
It hits you just.
What if
just,
you want it to? Can it?
I mean, I'm sure you can change the setting. On
Is there a
it.
pulse setting?
Dude,
CJ's like that.
I'm telling you, I had the worst shits
Can you link it up
All-
to your Spotify?
to move to the.
You ever had those shits where you have to take a shower after?
Well, I'm telling you, with the bidet, dude, like when your ass has been on fire all day, and then
sucks.
and then you shoot it with the bidet, dude. It is heaven on earth, dude.
Can I try it?
That sounds fantastic.
Dude, legitimately, if I die and all heaven is, if I make it to heaven, I don't know. If I make it to heaven and
Come down there, Tupac.
and all heaven is just me sitting on a toilet all day and a
Get your
bidet
ass
sprayed
sprayed.
in my ass, dude, that is
Can I try
perfect,
it?
dude. Yeah, it's upstairs.
I kind of want to try it a little bit.
Oh, man.
Okay,
I can make myself out to take a shit.
Juggalos and bidets.
like on command.
Sure. Yeah.
You can shit on command?
I mean, I'm.
That's a
look at
superpower.
me.
That's a
It's CJ,
superpower.
man.
That is a super.
He's like a bear.
You'd have more powers than Captain America, bro.
Captain Cock.
Captain Sphincter.
Captain
Captain Caca.
Captain Thinkle-Matter.
Deputy duty. Full question. Should CJ suit her name be Deputy Duty?
Damn it.
Director diarrhea. All right, here we go. All right. Thor 4 is supposed to feature Guardians of the Galaxy, so I guess it's going to pick up where Endgame left off. You know how Thor was left with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that's.
So wait, is 3 or 4 supposed to be before 3? Or is it the other way around? Is Thor 4 before Guardians 3?
I
Yes.
don't. Yes, I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright.
Because Thor 4 is Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And is it only Natalie Portman, or is it...
No, I'm sure all of them are gonna play in it, but Natalie Portman's coming back to play
The main
Thor. Yeah.
Jane Foster.
Jane Foster Thor, which like we've talked about it before, but I hope they do what they did in the comics. And she's dying of cancer, and the only thing keeping her alive is
Being Thor.
But it's at the same time it's like zapping her life force away. So it's really interesting. I like that idea.
I just
But
feel
yeah,
like
I like the idea that we're gonna have the Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor kind of where they left off a little bit and see where that goes.
Do you think Hemsworth becomes like more of a background character, or is he still going to be like a main focus?
I'm sure he's still a main focus.
But
I'm sure the whole movie is going to be him and Chris Pratt, Star-Lord going back and forth.
But he's not like Thor anymore, though.
He's Thor. I mean, he's still worthy. He's just fat.
CJ, you have a chance. But I just hope like they don't like have the Guardians in there, but they have their movie coming up and everything. So don't make them prominent. Like don't put them through the whole movie.
I'm sure it'll be like in comics, you have like a mini series or a crossover that's like 6 issues long. I'm sure this will be the only movie that he's in.
Like give him like a 45-hour, into it. But
what do you think, CJ?
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
CJ does not care about it at all.
No, I'm just tired. I'm sorry.
Speaking of Thor 4,
I didn't sleep last night. I passed out, which is not sleep.
I know what you're saying. Speaking of Thor 4, Christian Bale is officially going to play the villain in the movie. They don't know what villain it is, but he's going to be the bad guy in Thor 4. So he's the man that lives in both worlds, man. He did DC, and then he's doing.
He's joining
MCU.
that cast of them.
Yeah.
Who fights Lady Thor in the comics?
It could be anybody really. They could bring. I know they already used Malekith, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know Malekith.
Betty Ray Bill.
He's not a villain though.
Who the hell's?
Well, I thought he was kind of like an
Malekith is the dark elves. So much for you loving the dark world.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
I know his name.
Oh,
I'm not familiar with Thor's rogue.
Yeah,
rogues
it's
gallery,
it's
so-
not. It's
I'm trying to think, but
Fuck you guys.
it's not.
Thor 2 is fucking amazing.
Thor
Join
2
me
sucks.
for it.
What I remember from that movie is all
The
of it.
only reason he remembers that movie is because Kat Dennings is in that movie.
Well, that's pretty good.
I mean, I don't blame him.
But
Floppy titties.
they had
She does not.
the Predator elf. That guy was awesome.
The Predator elf?
The elf that
Oh,
totally looked like a predator.
oh yeah,
that guy
that
was
guy.
awesome.
Oh, is that why you like it? Because it looks like the Predator.
I mean, it's cool. No, it's not the only reason I like it. I like it because it's a good movie. It really is a good movie.
It's an alright movie.
We
Could have been better.
will agree to disagree. Well, you could just agree to be wrong. That's fine.
What about Mephisto?
Fuck Mephisto.
Mephisto, I always see him more as like a Doctor Strange bad guy.
I don't know who that is.
He's the devil.
Oh,
Oh, just Satan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Cool.
I'll vote for him.
All right.
So then it'd have to be like some. Oh man, I don't know.
I don't know, but it's cool that they're bringing somebody of the caliber of Christian Bale to the MCU.
But I hope they don't like CGI him completely. I mean,
No, I'm sure.
he's a great actor. So
hope not.
They're waiting on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an audio medium. They're not going to be able to see it.
Oh no, I'm just. What's your opinion?
Oh, what?
You haven't given 2 cents about. You've brought up Juggalos. you've brought up Tyler Durden. Everything but what your opinion is on
See a
stuff.
picture of the boobs
What?
or not?
I'm trying. What's, what?
Christian Bale
Christian
as
Bale
the
as
villain.
Thor.
I like it. It's cool.
Okay.
It elaborates
I
Thoughts?
love Christian Bale.
predictions.
Christian Bale is my
You're not
Batman.
gonna look for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Christian Bale is my Batman. And I fucking love that dude.
Ben
And
Affleck's my
he's a
Batman.
douchebag, I think. Like, he had that giant rant.
Yeah.
Uh,
Good for you. Yeah.
Oh,
good for you.
that was really good.
That was
actually.
really good. Yeah.
But I love Christian Bale. Anything he's in, dude, I'm all for it. Fuck yeah, let's go. I'm actually really happy to see him back in like comic
Hey,
movies.
is it blasphemous?
Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Is it blasphemous for me to say that Ben Affleck is my Batman?
No, my Batman is the warehouse scene Batman. That's my.
That's
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, that's my Batman.
That is excellent. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, her boobs? Or oh,
No, the warehouse Batman.
Andre's CTE
I don't
is
like-
just kicking in right now.
I don't like. The only thing I don't like about Affleck is his suit. I don't like the gray. I like all black. Like the all black is cool to me.
I like the gray.
Like I much prefer Christian Bale's look. As opposed to
I'd much
Affleck's.
prefer you shut the fuck up.
Affleck's a cool. They're both. I like Affleck better as Bruce Wayne actually a little bit.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne. He's more.
He's a good Bruce Wayne. I also think Christian Bale's a great Bruce Wayne too.
I'd take Michael Keaton over
Nah,
Affleck for
Christian
Bruce Wayne.
Michael Keaton doesn't look like a Bruce Wayne to me.
But he looks like a billionaire philanthropist. He doesn't look like a Batman though.
Full on rapist. No.
Full on rapist.
Full on rapist. That's so funny.
I watched that episode the other day. God damn it. There's not a bad It's Always Sunny episode.
No, there's not.
You can laugh at all of them, so.
Okay, while CJ's doing this, do you have a piece of news this week for us, Parker?
Was that
Everything's canceled because of coronavirus. I mean, literally, I can't find anything.
There are no sports.
I mean, existing is being canceled because of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Blinking your eyes is being canceled because of the coronavirus.
I don't know
Everything
where
because
the
of
link
coronavirus.
went, but I had a link of everything that's been pushed back or canceled as far as
WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
How dare you?
And the release of Fast and Furious 9 was actually pushed from May
that's fine.
until 2021.
They could just push it till
What?
ever.
Yeah.
They moved it a whole year?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I have way more time now. That's awesome.
They want to make sure that it gets the maximum box office.
Wow.
I told them this. My favorite thing about this year so far is that they're just going to the calendar ripping 2020, and it's like, okay, we're starting over next year.
2021.
Yeah.
New year, new me.
Yeah, next year will be our year.
Well,
Dude,
like I was telling CJ when we were walking out of the theater today, you know, they said that they pushed back like Mulan and the New Mutants. I'm like, man, they do not want the New Mutants to be fucking made.
They got pushed back too?
Yeah.
God damn.
Wait, what about Wonder Woman?
I don't know about Wonder Woman.
Fuck.
Wonder Woman's in
That's-
November, so I
yeah,
think they're okay.
No, it's in
Yeah.
June.
June.
November? What the fuck? It's in June.
Is it June?
Yeah.
Look it up. We should be fine by then.
We just have a bunch.
I don't know, they pushed
We'll
back-
just have a bunch of B movies until then, pretty much.
I'm glad that Batman's in 2021 because we'll have time to see that. But.
Are you looking forward to that? Actually,
Fuck yeah.
Batman?
The Batman?
am I the only one not really?
Wow.
Okay.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, June 5th.
How much you paying this dude, huh?
I mean, we've got
Not
time.
enough.
We got time till then, so we'll be fine.
Okay, so Barker's news is that everything's canceled. Do you have news, CJ?
Fucking everything is canceled.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Hey, what about me next week?
No,
You haven't
there are no,
Everything's
Wait,
canceled.
he's already got his. You already got a segment. Come
there are
on.
no sports. It's like I'm offended.
Did you hear FS1 just stopped broadcasting stuff?
That's
Like, there's
crazy.
nothing on
Yes.
FS.
That's a good thing.
If you go on FS1 now, like, there's just a blank screen. And Stu Gatz was like,
It could be Skip Bayless just saying things. I don't know why they don't just do that.
Skip this is awful.
Well, I know.
Stu
but
Gatz
people
was
who
like,
watch that don't
I thought
do
that happened 2 years ago.
That's a good joke.
That's the funniest
Are
thing
they,
you guys has ever said.
Are they still on? I don't even
FS1?
know. No, Webstar show.
Oh, yeah.
They're in a particularly advantageous
No, well,
position.
they were talking about it last week. They're like, they've been prepared for this for about 10 years.
Exactly. So.
FS1, fuck them.
They just wake up
They're
every
just,
day.
they're just having a heyday right now, probably. Yeah. That's funny.
Alrighty.
They're going to be the only sports entity, pretty much.
Yeah.
Is that like? Did they try to like create like their own ESPN or something like that? Like, is that what FS1 is? Like their like version of
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
like, ESPN.
In
So,
other news,
before we move on
That
to
bidet is
speaking
looking
of
pretty
horrible
good.
farts,
Yeah.
before we move on to the main event, we do have some Florida news.
speaking of terrible smells, yeah.
Florida man arrested for throwing rocks at cars while naked.
Run that by me again.
Florida man arrested for throwing rocks at cars while naked.
He's throwing rocks at
You ever tried the Florida Man challenge?
No, what's
Where
that?
you type in your birthday and
a bunch
Florida
of
Man.
meth?
You just get a pound.
No.
You get a pound of meth.
You
at your
type
door.
in
You type in your birthday
and Florida Man
Florida
and you see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, you just do a bunch of meth, yeah. Although it's pretty challenging.
The Florida man challenge and try not to eat somebody's face off.
You win if you get
God
the whole
damn,
pound.
Abel unleashed his own coronavirus right now. It probably was made by actual
I had
corona.
old Chicago, alright, so.
Hey, me too.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking shit, I smell that late. Oh
What'd you
my
have?
God.
The baked spaghetti and meatballs.
I had the calzone. Hey CJ,
Yeah,
do you love the NWO?
yeah.
Do you like supporting things you love by giving them an amount of money so small that you wouldn't notice or feel leaving your bank account?
Yeah.
Then you'd be perfect to donate to the NWO cause, which will help us create more content and become a better podcast. Is that something you'd like to do?
Yeah.
Then visit us on patreon.com/no-rolled-order and give us a monthly donation to help us out. Or if you want, give us a one-time donation. Please go to our PayPal at no-rolled-order2@gmail.com.
Yeah?
Yeah, and remember folks, obey the NWO. All right, main event of the show. We are talking Bloodshot this week, and we'll run quickly through the bracket towards the end of the show. But the main event of the show this week is I was forced to watch Bloodshot. We'll get into our opinions in a minute.
Abel really didn't want to see this.
I didn't. I honestly, I remember Jasmine and I went to go see.
What? Yeah.
Oh, but he'll stick his neck
Shut
out for
up.
a fucking hedgehog.
Jasmine and I went to go see something. I forget what it was, and it was one of the previews. And I'm like, I am not watching that. She's like, isn't it a comic book movie? And I'm like, exactly. That's exactly why I'm not watching it. But I got vetoed here by these assholes, so I went to go see this movie.
This is a goddamn democracy.
So yeah, and I always find it ironic that we're the nerd world order, but we're the most democratized. What's the word?
Democratic.
Yeah, democratic. There you go. Thing that I've ever been a part of. So
He really didn't want to watch this fucking movie, bro.
I really didn't. I really
He's
didn't.
like, fuck
so-
this shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
but let me
I
run
don't
through
understand your beef.
Let me run through the specs. This was directed by David S.F. Wilson.
That's David's Wilson.
No, it's David S.F.
Davis.
This is starring Vin Diesel as Ray Garrison, Bloodshot. That girl in the movie.
How was that
Okay.
not funny?
What?
It was.
I didn't hear it.
Yes, you did.
That's fucking hilarious.
I'm trying to run through the specs here. God damn it. Okay, Vin Diesel as Bloodshot, Ray Garrison. Aiza Gonzalez is KT. You know she's Mexican?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Yeah,
I looked
yeah,
it
yeah.
up a couple hours
Jasmine
ago.
was telling me that. Jasmine was telling me that she was in a lot of soap operas as a little girl.
She was also in another movie that.
She was in Baby Driver.
Baby Driver, yes.
And she was also in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yes, I was in Shaw, yeah. Another one.
I did not know that.
Sam Hugan as Jimmy Dalton. Toby Kebbell as Martin Axe. Guy Pearce as Emma Harding. Lamorne Morris as Wilfred Wiggins.
Okay, we've never heard of these.
Tula Riley as Gina DiCarlo. Alex Hernandez as Tibbs. Johannes Hakur Johannesson as Nick Barris. And Tamer Burjarg as Mombasa Gunman. So, what? I should have copied that.
Who plays Wiggins?
Lamorne Morris.
Yeah, that guy's cool.
Based off of Bloodshot, the Valiant comic book hero.
Well, it actually is a comic.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I watched a really quick video afterwards when I got home. Originally created in 1992, they were bought up by some entertainment company. That company then went bankrupt in 2010, so Valiant started back up in 2012, and they've been doing comics since then. So, and I guess Valiant has the third biggest comic book superhero universe after the first two. So
Yeah, because they have Ninjak and
Manowar.
And Manowar.
Manowar, yeah.
Wait, who's number 1 and 2? Well, obviously, no, but who's 1 and 2?
Marvel and DC.
Marvel's 1?
I don't know about one,
Yeah.
but
Oh, I mean, probably. Come on.
so yeah, and then Bloodshot was created by Kevin Van Hook, Don Perlin, and Bob Layton.
Wait, so you knew going in that this was a comic book movie?
Yeah, I've heard of Blood. I've
And
heard.
that made you want to watch it less?
Yes,
Why?
I'm not about. I will get into it.
Okay.
You won't get into it.
I think we you and me, it was when you were gone. We talked about it one time because I'm a big fan of JDF. Anybody that doesn't know Jesse David Frank?
We all
Yeah.
And he but he was a Bloodshot on the web series. So
Yeah, and then actually, who was supposed to play Bloodshot first? Jared fucking Leto, and then he dropped out, and then they gave it to Vin Diesel.
I'm
so-
kind of glad.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. That's fine.
The cinema score on this, as we know, it's the score that audience members give it after a movie is released. It's a grade of B on an A to F scale. Unfortunately for Bloodshot, this is the worst box office in 22 years.
It's coronavirus.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's out of the 4 major movies that were either the second week or first week out. All 4 movies combined only made $55 million because nobody went to the movies. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Garden City is pulling its weight, but
9 point.
I don't know, when we were in there was only like 12 of us. So.
Bloodshot only made $9.3 million in the U.S.
Ooh.
Oh my fucking god.
So if there was ever plans for a Valiant
Sequel.
Universe or
No
a sequel,
Gotta blame the
highly doubt
coronavirus.
it, yeah.
well,
You can reboot it back up in about a couple of years.
With
So.
somebody else.
Or just
hopefully.
re-release it.
Maybe.
DVD sales and stuff. I don't know.
Then that's when you become a cult movie, not.
Yeah,
I
more
mean,
of
yeah. Anyways, okay. So CJ, give us a quick
Oh, Jesus.
synopsis on what happened in Bloodshot 2020.
Fuck. I mean, so much. Okay, so Vin Diesel gets really mad, and then a guy kills his wife. And then hold on. Okay. He wakes up in a hospital. He doesn't know. And this is the dumbest thing ever. How cliche is that? That the first thing everyone does is start ripping crap off. Like, that's probably keeping you alive, jackass. Like, I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
If you wake up in a hospital bed, probably don't just start ripping crap off. That's all I'm saying. But Vin Diesel does because he's Vin Diesel. And he's all confused. tell them, hey, don't do that. I don't know.
Good at this stuff.
And then they're like, hey, that guy killed your wife, lady, because he forgot he had a wife.
Will you please be my wife, lady?
That sounds like something Vin Diesel would actually
Can
say.
we go on?
Would you be my wife?
And then,
lady?
like, he remembered.
It's all about
so he gets
family.
really mad.
In Coronas.
Yeah. And he does that, like, a bunch of times. And then they have a cool fight in Hijitsu.
Okay. So, with that explanation, what are your initial thoughts of the movie?
Yeah, this movie's awesome. I don't know what the hell your beef is.
Okay.
This movie's fantastic.
Will you get away?
No, it's him first. I'm not gonna say if I liked it or.
This movie's great.
Well, you just said I don't know what's your beef. That's what you said.
Yeah,
Well, that's what. Yeah, he doesn't know whether I liked it.
I
or
don't
not.
understand
No,
the beef.
I had a beef before the movie. I didn't want to go see it.
Yeah,
You don't know how I feel about it now.
I'm not saying I know how you feel.
Okay.
I'm saying I don't understand the pre-beef. Beef.
Oh, if you're not
Just
watching.
keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. This movie's
Okay.
excellent.
Andres.
It is.
The movie surprised me a lot. Like whenever there was like the moment where like, oh, you find out what they're really doing to him. That was kind of cool to see. I was like, oh, you know, they're just fucking with him. But I thought the movie was good. It wasn't bad. I've seen some bad movies, and this movie wasn't bad, but it wasn't great at all. But it wasn't a great movie. But yeah.
I really like this movie. Other than it being Vin Diesel,
It's kinda
being
corny,
57
right?
years
Yeah, it's
old,
kinda
and
corny.
yeah, people think that he can actually like be.
Vin Diesel's 50.
Clearly, he can.
Clearly can't.
He did.
Vin Diesel's 50.
You can tell he had a girdle on like half the time. Anyway, great cinematography. I think great plot. Great actors. Laughed a little bit. Got intense.
Laughed, cried.
Got intense at the end, you know, with that last fight scene. But yeah, all in all, I really liked it.
I didn't recognize
Really threw his
any
people.
actor except Vin Diesel. He's the only actor.
Guy Pearce,
Nope.
the head bad guy. He was Adrian
think that's a
Killian
bad
from
thing.
Iron Man 3.
I like that.
don't know
I
this
like
shit.
when I like not knowing actors. That's awesome. Like a full movie of up and comers. That's cool.
That's one of the things too. I know every show I talk about this, the Tim Burton, Danny DeVito, I'll get my hat on and everything. The award goes to Vin Diesel, always wearing a fucking white A shirt.
Yeah.
Like that's in his contract. Make sure you have the A shirts in there. And B, Guy Pearce being that like rich guy that has to be like foiled him through acting, you know, and like trickery and everything.
That's pretty good.
I did not like this movie very
You
much.
lying bitch.
There's a lot of things I like of this movie, but honestly, Vin Diesel's acting performance in this movie took me so far off of it that I'm just like,
He was
if
fine.
if this movie was The Rock, this movie is $100 million with or without the coronavirus.
You like Fast and Furious.
That's different though because it's an ensemble cast where if you and for some reason he plays it better in the Fast and Furious movies. Where this, it's like I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna like he has two modes.
That's the whole thing.
He has two modes. It's like, yo, family and Coronas. Or it's like, I'm gonna get you! Ah! And that's it. There's no middle range.
Hold on. You hypocritical bastard.
whole point.
You just talked about how Toy Story 2 was horrible because of Tom Hanks, and then you're
That's
gonna
not
fucking
what I
fight
said.
him because, oh, Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious. That's an ensemble.
I didn't
that
say
was
it's
ensemble.
bad because of Tom
No,
Hanks. It's bad
fucking
because of the
hypocrite.
story.
Hypocrite.
It's a fucking kids movie. What do you mean story?
Enough with Toy Story 2.
It's about the you just.
I never said Tom Hanks was bad in Toy Story 2. I said Toy Story 2 is bad.
You said Tom Hanks is bad. He said it.
I didn't. I love Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is bad.
Tom Hanks
See,
is great.
you just said it.
But like I said, I like.
You were looking for reasons not
No,
to
no,
like
no,
it
that's not true.
because we
No,
didn't
No,
go on.
he was. I think he
No,
was.
no, that is absolutely not true because they always make fun of me for saying that I've never seen a bad movie. I always go into a movie wanting for it to be the best possible movie it can be, but I just feel like
You had to defend your position of not liking it in the first place.
no,
Yeah.
it's just Vin Diesel I don't think can carry a movie on his own.
I disagree.
Like this, and not only that, but
What about Riddick? That was a good movie.
not even the
Wait,
Triple
the
X.
last one?
Yeah.
That sucked.
Yeah,
No, the first one.
and not
Oh,
even
the first one.
Like 20
Pitch
years
Black?
ago. Yeah, like 20 years
Pitch
ago.
Black's great.
and even
Chronicles of Riddick is amazing.
even the Triple X movies are kind of like
Triple X is cool.
Those movies suck.
I like Triple X. Xander Cage, baby. What a 2000s thing. That's funny.
And
Sandra
it just
Cage
the dialogue
with
in
an X.
the dialogue in the movie too is cringeworthy at times. Like
I agree with that.
when
It's corny.
when they like if this movie was made in 2004, this movie would be all the rage.
Oh yeah.
But because it's being made now, and I don't think one thing I always do give the credit where credit is due, where movies aren't trying to create a universe, they're trying to make one movie, and this movie did that. Like there wasn't like, well, I'm not versed in the Valiant universe, so I couldn't tell you, but from the looks of it on the surface, it doesn't look that they're trying to fist or ham fist Man of War or the Valiant universe. Like this is just a Bloodshot movie, and I like that, but. Oh man, a lot of the writing in this is kind of corny, kind of really cheesy. If you aim for the king, you better not miss, or whatever. And I'm like, dude, like...
You want me to tell you why you're wrong?
Why?
Because you're missing the entire reason the movie was fucking cool.
Why?
The whole concept that they're using a guy over and over, that's badass.
I thought that was pretty cool.
No, I like the I like the concept.
That's like that's the one thing you're skipping
I
over.
I like the concept and it's and the
You're bitching about ancillary things.
The characters are turned up to like 1,000.
That's
like,
awesome.
No, it's not awesome. Like
Vin Diesel needs to be turned up to 1,000.
And then the bad
What are you
guy,
talking about, Doc? Those are in my blood, Doc. What's the final say, Doc? Like
that's funny.
And then the one
Keanu Reeves the whole time like
the one bad guy, the one with the legs or without the legs, he is like super turned up to like, I really don't like this guy, and there's absolutely no reason for him not to like this guy.
But that's the thing too. Yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
that one
just
part.
yeah.
I was like, did they like cut out a whole entire scene? Like
Yeah.
when he goes over and he's like, I hate you, I don't like you. It's like, why do you? There was no exposition to
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
But then like you go back into it, but it's just like
Usually in a movie, I'm okay with them not like doing like a background
slowly
story on
brood
stuff.
up to it,
But
like-
with this one, I felt like I missed a lot. Like why does he give a shit? Like you could have told.
Probably because he's not the guy.
Well, tell me that because I can't come up with that just out of the blue.
I mean,
yeah. Well, tell the head guy like I don't want these legs. I want to be that guy.
I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just saying.
Okay, so we're gonna go around real quick. What's something you liked specifically?
The action scenes, they're fucking cool.
I will agree with you. It's particularly the last action scene was pretty cool.
There's kind of a sense of ridiculousness. Like, let's just cover ourselves in flour and shoot me a bunch of times, and that's like, so it's kind of ridiculous, but at the same time they look really fucking cool. And Vin Diesel, his MO is like just make me an overpowered badass with a heart of gold. Like that's his whole thing. But I liked it. It worked. It's cool. And he was an overpowered badass. It was
What are we doing?
pretty cool.
Something you liked specifically.
I really liked when you realized like what they're doing to him.
Hell
Because
yeah.
this whole time I was
That's a good
like,
moment.
this whole time I was like, okay, he killed the first guy, or not the first guy. He wasn't like the first guy, but like the first time they actually see him kill, you're like, okay, he killed that guy who killed his wife. Now what? And I didn't see
So
that.
you're looking for the bad guy.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the bad guy. So
You're
who's
looking
the-
for that plot twist.
Yeah, so who's the bad guy in this? And then when I realized that they were just fucking with them, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that a lot.
It's smart. It's a well written.
It was a good.
Wow, the plot is well
I
written.
mean, well,
Even if you want to say some of the dialogue.
I think the setup was good. They just missed on some things. Like Vin Diesel shouldn't have been Bloodshot.
I like it. I like Vin Diesel.
Dude, I was saying Jason Statham would have been a good Bloodshot.
Why? I
A
mean,
little short, but I mean, probably make him look
yeah,
better.
fuck that. Vin Diesel is perfect. I don't know what you guys' beef is. That guy,
I'm saying if this movie was in 2004, this movie would have been the highest grossing movie of all time.
I think so.
It's 2020. They missed this movie by like 13 years. All right, Parker, you're up.
I think I'm gonna agree with Andres on this. The storytelling, like the actual story, was really cool because when like he kills the first guy, you're like, so the movie's over, and he's just gonna walk around and start punching walls again, or what's going on? So that plot twist that came out of nowhere, kind of far from homish, but at the same time, like how they kind of kept him out of the loop, but everybody else still kind of knew, and so that's when you kind of figure out like. We're killing this guy. We can't keep doing this, and that's when everybody kind of had a change of heart at the end. So, I like the story.
That'll make three of us. I like the concept of the story that they took from the comics from 2012 when they rebooted. Like this is what they did with this origin story. So I like the idea. I think they missed a lot. I think they could have capitalized better with the concept. But at the core of the movie, I do like the fact that they're using this guy for personal reasons to kill guys that backed away from the company, and just using it as a, and I like the reason they specifically picked him because he was very resilient. Like he doesn't stop. Like that's his MO. Like he's very revenge driven.
But that ties into your whole thing though. Like he only has 2 modes. That's why they picked him. It's part of the story.
No, that's not it. That's not it. The fact that he
needs that.
But Vin Diesel's acting range is 2 modes.
I'm not saying I disagree.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is it's advantageous in this movie. That's a good thing.
He looks very inflexible
I don't know
in
what
this
that word
movie.
means.
Okay, so we said one thing we liked. What's one thing you didn't like?
It is pretty corny.
Yeah.
Some of a lot of the dialogue is pretty cheesy, but I just don't care. Like it doesn't really affect me. Like I'm not here to listen to Vin Diesel's sweet talks. That's not why I'm buying. That's not why I paid $7.50. Okay, I want to see shit blow up, and I got to see it. And it was cool. But yeah, I would have to say, like, all the little ancillary things. I agree with you on them. Yeah, mostly. It just didn't matter as much to me.
Same thing. Corny. I feel like sometimes when he's yelling at people, it's just like, ugh, like.
I liked it though.
Like you could have done that better. Like when he's yelling at the main guy, he's like, "I will find you," and then it's just like, ugh, like that's a little choppy.
I like how it just goes 100 real quick. I like that. That's funny. Like, I don't know.
But it's just weird. I feel like anytime he talked, it just kind of like Vin Diesel. That's it.
I don't know. I just like Vin Diesel. I guess it's really just whether you like Vin Diesel or not.
I mean, I like Vin
It's
Diesel.
not that I don't like Vin Diesel. Like I like him in the Fast and Furious movies and stuff, and I liked him in the first Chronicles of Riddick movie. But I don't know, man. In this movie, it seemed like they were trying to take the best stuff from Iron Man 1 and just like turn it up to 11. And to me,
that sounds awesome.
To me, it just
that sounds like a great movie.
Nah, they never gave me a reason to cheer for Bloodshot. Like I get it when you find out in the middle of the movie, yeah, they've been using him as whatever. But it's like, honestly, like why should I give a fuck? Like I don't know anything about the guy.
Yeah. That's true.
I'm gonna agree with Abel on this. One thing I like this was a real placeholder movie, and you could take his example, Iron Man. You've got the token funny guy, aka Wiggins. You've got the lady that's supposed to be bad but turns into good at the end. You've got the guy that almost invincible but can be defeated. You've got the villain that's just trying to sell off to whoever has the highest amount of money and everything. That, in my opinion, this is really dialogue. Shitty and just a placeholder movie, It's just putting the 4 pieces of a puzzle, like the little kids puzzles. That's what they did. Just 4. All right, send it out.
What I really didn't like about this movie is I feel like there was a chunk. I feel like there was a chunk missing from this movie. This movie was only an hour 45, I think. 49. And I feel like there was a good 20 minutes of movie missing in this.
There was like 20 minutes of like trailers.
Yeah, well, no, not that. I mean, the movie was an hour 49. I feel like plot wise and movie wise, there was about 20 minutes of movie that was missing from this. I just felt like it was like super jumpy, and I'm like the pacing was real off sometimes, and I just felt like 20 more minutes could have build some character into the one bad guy, into Bloodshot, and I don't know, to just for me to give a shit more about them. So I don't know. It's not let me rephrase it. It's not the worst movie. I like the concept. I wish it was.
It's not worthy of your vigor. I guess.
No. No. It's. Will I ever watch it again? Probably not.
I totally will.
Is it the worst movie I've ever seen? No. Do I think I wasted my time watching it? Yes. Do I think
you regret watching it?
Yeah, not regret. Like I don't regret watching it, but it was
fun.
Would you watch a sequel?
Movie.
Maybe
I would
if it was somebody else.
But it's gonna make more than $9.3 million.
This movie definitely cost more than that.
I feel like
it looked expensive.
They lost
$100 million. It looked really good. Like
they lost $100 million.
Think so?
Yeah.
The production looked really good. I thought.
Yeah.
Like the CGI.
Yeah, the CGI didn't look too bad actually.
Really
it looked pretty good. It's particularly when it can get wonky in like the elevator scene when they're fighting. In something worse, that CGI is a mess. But it looked pretty good. The guy with the Doc Ock.
And when they're building the worlds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
CGI,
that looked really good to me.
The CGI was pretty good.
Yeah. I thought so.
I feel like there was a switch on this movie right as we find out what they're doing to him, where
Oh, for sure.
Then we finally start getting some funny stuff. I really like the Wilbur. What's his name? Wilbur. Wiggins character.
Cool.
I feel like he was the best part of the movie for sure.
The comic relief.
Yeah.
Him and the other IT guy.
Well, more than just IT guys. Yeah.
One thing did bug me the whole time. They're always in the dark. Like, somebody turn on a fucking light. Like, I've never understood that. Like they're just in like a super high tech underground lab with no fucking lamps.
No, they're like on level like 90, but yet they look like they're like in the basement.
Yeah, they don't have like lamps. Like
there's like natural light or nothing.
I know, that's so weird to me.
I wish also from
we always have our meetings in the dark. Like, that's of course.
Turn off that light, goddammit. And I wish they would have done Bloodshot like he looks like in real life in the comics.
Okay, well let's.
You know what I mean, real.
We got a glimpse of it
like
the last 2 minutes of the
movie.
movie.
He's completely white, and all you see, the only color he has is the red on his chest.
And he's got like a black shirt and gloves, and he always has like a gun on his back.
Well, and the reason he had, and I just found out about this before you guys came.
Such comic book Bloodshot experts.
JDF.
Oh, okay. Right.
The reason he has a red spot in the middle is because that's where the only place that nanobites don't what's the word I'm looking for? Regenerate. So that's why it constantly bleeds. I wish it could have done something with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How much cooler is that he does?
It would have been really hard to do.
But that's dumb. So you gotta just shoot him in the chest and he dies.
No, it won't kill him, but it doesn't regenerate here. Like, if you shoot him, it'll go through, but it'll fix inside. But just this area here is bloody. Because they don't reach here. I like that idea.
I don't know. He looks... I would pick Vin Diesel to play this guy in a movie. I don't know what you guys are doing with Vin Diesel.
You think we're far away from creating that? Little things that fix you up inside?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty far.
They can even create robots. Or
they have
good robots.
We have good robots.
Where?
There's a guy married a robot like not that long ago.
That speaks more about the guy than the robot.
Sex robot.
You know what? Fair. Touche.
I love you, Dave. No,
she doesn't. Does she love him? Bold question.
Why do we now talk about my in-laws?
Why are we never gonna have children, Dave? What did you guys think?
I was gonna say something else.
What did you guys think of the secondary characters as far as like quote unquote his team, the two guys, KT.
I really thought there was gonna be like a face turn for the guy. But.
That's what I'm talking about. Like a 20-minute missing of this movie. It just feels like he had more to do than just. At the end, really, he just
died.
He was just a piece to show that the other guy was a huge piece of shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
And even him, like, I never realized. We talked about it, but I just don't know why he hated him so much.
Yeah, I never got it.
Yeah.
Like, he gets onto a plane, and the next thing you know, he's like, I hate you. Like, what happened in that
He
flight?
took my parking spot one time, that piece of shit.
That probably was it. Yeah, that is kind of weird.
he reclined his seat back in the aircraft.
I liked her a lot. God damn it. I liked her a lot. She was really good in this
KT
movie.
was... Ooh.
Yeah.
She's a fax.
Ma'am, I asked for the chicken dinner. Oh, sorry, we just gave it to him. Vengeance!
I liked her. She was, like I said, she was good casting. I think for the most part, they were all good casting, except for one glaring main role.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just...
He was fine.
Not really. I mean, there could have been better people playing that.
He did fine with it. Like, I don't understand.
I mean, it was cool. I liked it, but it's whatever.
I was waiting for him to say the word bub somewhere.
I would have been fine with it. Give me a bub. That's cool.
What's something else you guys think of the movie specifically?
Who would you rather have had? Not The Rock, clearly not available.
John Cena could have played Bloodshot.
John Cena.
Oh, John Cena. Yes.
Cena.
You wouldn't have been able to see him do anything.
He would have looked better shirtless.
I'm trying to watch a movie.
You guys are getting it because you can't see him? No, I think John Cena would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No. Too old.
And no, Stoners.
John Cena would have been a good one.
And that's
Jason Statham would have been a good one too. I don't know if he can do American accent.
Jason Statham wouldn't have been better than.
I don't think so. No.
Obviously, The Rock.
The Rock, yeah.
No, you're overdoing
I'm
The
sticking
Rock.
Stone Cold though.
I think Vin Diesel's perfect.
And that's
for
the
this.
bottom line. 'Cause Stone
Like,
Cold-
honestly, this is a perfect movie for Vin Diesel. I don't know what you guys are doing.
How is that the perfect movie?
it
for
was
Vin
good.
Diesel?
This is like written for Vin Diesel. Like
He was
be
made. He was made to play.
That's his whole
Bloodshot.
thing. Be an overpowered badass with a heart of gold. That is Vin Diesel's his whole career. That's been his thing. This is perfect for him.
Like I said, maybe in 2004.
Even now.
I was gonna say my shot in the dark guy is
Dom?
another guy who was invincible back in the day. Hugh Jackman.
Nah.
Dom, perfect. Super badass with a heart of gold. This is and Xander Cage, super badass, heart of gold.
Doesn't Bloodshot have to be bald?
No.
No.
In the comics, he has like a crew cut.
So John Cena. Wait, John Cena has hair now.
The babysitter, super badass, heart of gold. Okay, this is Vin Diesel's thing.
Do you think this is in the Pacifier universe?
The Pacifier, that's what I meant. Yes, thank you. I hope so. That movie's great.
Oh, he was a military guy, huh?
Yeah.
The Pacifier is a great movie. I meant the babysitter. Yeah, the
Babysitter.
Pacifier, super badass, heart of gold.
See, he's got like
That's his.
this
That's his
haircut,
thing.
which
This
John
movie
Cena
was
kinda has.
written
Yeah, John
for
Cena
Vin
does
Diesel.
have that.
Well, I wish it wasn't.
That's not bad.
Oh, you're fucked. It was.
I don't know, man. It's whatever, but like I said, it's such a cool concept. This
Schwarzenegger. That would have been cool.
Schwarzenegger in the 80s with this movie.
now.
That would have been.
Brock
Now,
Lesnar.
Actually, that would have been cool.
no, Brock Lesnar probably he could probably act better than Vin Diesel, but
No.
act like a bitch.
I'm trying to think.
Army Hammer.
That's what I'm saying. Vin Diesel's perfect.
Army Hammer.
Armie Hammer would have been a good one. Jason Momoa would have been a good one too.
Tom Hardy, maybe.
Tom Hardy.
Ooh, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
That would've been
I
cool,
see your
actually.
I think that closes the game. Tom Hardy is a good Bloodshot, dude. Hell yeah. Dude, but you can't give him another this isn't going to be a franchise, let's be honest. But you can't give him a second one because he's already Venom, so
But that's what I think. Vin Diesel's perfect. He wasn't doing anything.
Michael Cera.
That's true.
Michael Cera's Bloodshot.
That'd be actually pretty
I don't want to be rude, but I think you killed my wife. And
I hope you guys know that I will find you and I might end you. I don't. We'll see.
I don't know if you guys are doing anything later, but I think I'm gonna kill you.
Over and over again.
Did you guys the jokes that I have? Did you think it landed a little bit?
They were
or?
funny. They were funny.
Hit and miss.
Yeah,
I like the 6-inch joke. It's like 6 inches isn't a lot, and he's like, really? And then the one girl's like,
It's a lot.
That just made me think, what the fuck is this party animal fucking sitting over here, like, just with like a skirt and like a weird shirt. She's obviously been hammered in college and had fucking. I don't know if I should say that, but that's a lot.
6 inches. That's a lot, though. 6 inches.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
sure.
Just makes me feel better.
it's not the size of the boat. It's the motion of the ocean. All right, so we've
yeah,
talked about a
that's
little
funny.
bit about they were trying to start the Valiant universe, and I got this little tidbit from the Wikipedia page, but intended to launch a new shared cinematic universe of Valiant comics. Bloodshot was originally planned to be followed by 4 movies, a sequel, 2 films based on the comic book series Harbinger, and a culmination in a crossover titled Harbinger Wars. Initially scheduled to be the first installment in the franchise development of Harbinger, was delayed in favor for releasing Bloodshot first. In September 2019, it was announced that Harbinger would be distributed by Paramount Pictures, possibly canceling any shared universe plans with Bloodshot. In June 2018, it was announced that a film centered around the superhero Faith was also in development with a script from Maria Milkin. So it just seems I don't think they're going to move forward with the Valiant shared universe. And do we need another shared universe?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Sure.
I would have
I
been
think
cool with
so.
that. That sounds cool.
Like the monster universe went downhill. I mean, why not the universe?
What monster universe?
Yeah, the Mummy and all that
Oh, they keep trying to do that, and it sucks. Just, I love those black and white movies so much. Just leave them there.
shit. Well, I'm
We
just
can
saying they
watch
tried
them.
it, but it went downhill because of the Mummy.
Yeah.
But why not? I
Yeah, that sounds like it would have been cool.
I mean, the Valiant one wouldn't make any money, and nobody would care about it. But hey, why not?
I hope they still do somehow. I still somehow they're like, okay, coronavirus, we get a mulligan. Let's do it again. Let's try again.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's just like 2020's like throw it in the trash. Okay, 2021's our year
Yeah.
already, and it's only
I
March.
hope that happens. Sincerely. I hope somebody just bankrolls it.
2020's been rough, man.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, ultimately, I wasn't expecting much from the movie. I didn't get much from the movie, and that was it.
You're being way harsher on it than it deserves.
It was just the movie, which is the worst thing you can say about a movie. Because if it's like really, really bad, then you can sit here and shit on it. Or if it's really, really good, then it's like, yeah. But if it's just the movie, like, you really can't say a lot about it.
No, I like it.
Yeah, I agree with Abel on that. Yeah.
Okay, so ultimately, what's your rating on the movie? I'll start with CJ.
Titties.
The tit.
The tit.
It's okay. Not bad.
Balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, just balls. Just balls. Big
Balls?
sweaty balls.
Wait, what's worse than balls again?
Shit.
Shit.
Alrighty, so that was our review of Bloodshot. If you haven't contracted the coronavirus, go watch it, I guess. I don't know.
Or if you have, give it to everyone else.
Yeah.
Let's get zombies here. Let's go.
Okay, so do we want to do this real quick? I feel like it's
Sure.
going to take forever.
Are we doing this?
Or do we want to prolong it a little bit first?
Let's
round?
prolong it.
For what?
You want to?
Yeah.
But-
Okay.
Wait, no, I won't talk about it.
Why? Let's do it.
You guys didn't put generals on.
Why are we prolonging things?
Because we might not have anything next week. At least it gives us something.
Yeah. No, he's right. He's absolutely right. Because if we don't have a topic for next week, at least we can really delve into the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that idea. So we'll put up another week of voting for that first round. And there's no March Madness, so we can literally just do this forever. So
I'm kind of glad there's no March Madness, but I mean,
I am for,
I'm not. I just can't use
for
the year.
one big reason.
well, for
Yeah.
one giant
there's
reason.
one glaring
Yeah.
reason.
It's because I started gambling and yeah, I'm kind of.
Andres, you need to seek help.
Andres is like, actually, Andres isn't here. The Sharks are looking for me.
Wait, what's one big reason why for you?
Because one
KU's gonna win.
particular school had a very good shot at winning it.
Yeah, very good shot.
Suck it, bitch. Okay, you can't fucking win.
He can't. No, CJ can't have two things in
Yeah,
a
he
year.
can't.
Like you
Yeah,
can't.
fuck
can't. Like I'm not.
It took a giant global pandemic to keep me from it.
Dude, what
Say
could this
no.
happen in like January, bro? When the Chiefs can't, so that way they cancel the Super Bowl.
Could you imagine?
Oh my fucking
Could you
God.
imagine if this
Oh,
happened like
man.
3 months ago? Holy shit!
NFL season no more? Fuck, well, guess what it didn't.
I'm glad it didn't. Such you nerds.
Okay, it took you 50 years to win one, so fuck
All right,
yourself.
next week's show it's still up in the air. 'Cause
It'll take me 60 years to win 11. So, that's fine.
11 what?
You're not gonna win 11 Super Bowls.
You're not gonna win the.
You're not even gonna repeat next year. You won't repeat next year, no
Okay.
way.
Okay.
Anyways,
Like, we don't have the greatest
Next
quarterback
week's
of all
show,
time.
Barker's absolutely right. We don't know what's gonna happen. If we're gonna have
Honestly,
so,
there's no real big movies out. There's really nothing. So,
So we might just do the tournament next.
We
next
can
week.
do 1 hour and a half on
I mean,
the
what? That gives
champions.
us...
We should make our own movie.
That gives us 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, champion. Alright, I guess we can... You want to do 16 down to the championship?
We next week we could actually do
64
64 down to 16.
to 60. And then the week after we could
Yeah.
do... If we don't have anything for the week
Yeah.
after, 16 down to championship.
Yeah.
By that
That
time...
sounds like a lot of talking about villains who suck.
You'll be here next week, right? Okay.
So yeah, we got
Just bring a lot
we got
of
2 weeks if there's nothing really, because coronavirus.
Yeah, but
I mean,
but yeah.
I don't know if you heard about that, but
But
What
actually,
if we all get coronavirus?
what's been good to
Oh.
say goodbye to yesterday?
it's so
hard
hard
To say goodbye to yesterday. Okay.
That was good harmony,
that
right?
was good harmony.
Dude.
Hell yeah.
Oh wait.
Oh yeah, then we gotta do the Roman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Touch tongues.
Wait, let me touch your asshole. So
But I
next,
gotta go wash my hands after that.
next week we don't know what we're doing. Hopefully, Andres will be here for the show. If there's nothing we can do it early, so we don't have to worry about
But you
it.
can't do it early.
Why?
CG has to work.
Next Sunday.
Oh, wait.
CJ.
No, we have to do it Sunday. I work nights. Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
TJ.
Okay.
Never mind.
So we have to do it early on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the orders recommendation. What I was saying before is this will give us a whole other week for you guys to vote. So if you guys are listening to this, go to the show notes, click on that link. It'll be on there. Vote for your favorite villains, and then that way we can move them over to the favorite or to the best 32.
And Andres,
what?
remember bucking beer because I'm thirsty right now.
Yeah, you got beer next week.
If I
And
end up,
masks.
if I end up coming,
You said you're coming.
well, you never know.
I already came.
Just put him down as a no. That's always in there with Andres.
That's bean dip.
What is sure it is? Is that what you call it?
It's bean dip.
Yeah.
It really is. Bean dip.
So what's
Is that
your-
what you call Spanish scene?
Yes.
so what is something you guys reading, watching, listening to, jerking off to that you want to tell the folks to?
Dinner. No. I started watching a show, but I don't know if I like it yet. It's Avenue 5. Yeah, it's weird. It's like a comedy. It's supposed to be they're on a cruise ship in space. Like they.
Oh,
It's
I've
a-
seen the previews for that.
It's a space cruise.
Yeah, I've seen the
Doesn't it
previews
have the
for
guy
that.
from House?
Hugh Laurie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny in it. It's super weird. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I can't decide if I like it or not. But everyone should watch it with me, and we can decide together. So.
Okay, Andres.
The Harley Quinn show. Started watching it. Love it. Amazing. Funny as hell. Didn't expect it to be that gory, but it's pretty good.
It's a good show.
Yeah, good
We
show.
reviewed it. Make sure you listen to that episode.
Pretty good show.
I'm actually watching season 2 of Final Space. I talked to CJ about it. He watched an episode, so I think he's
I watched like 4 minutes of one
4 minutes. He's gonna start watching the first season. Hopefully, I'm gonna start watching the second season. It's really funny. It's kind of animated. It's space. It's kind of like a what would you say? It kind of
Oh, it looks like Dead Space, but fun though.
Dead
Yeah.
Space is so fun.
But Dead
but
Space is fun.
cartoony.
But it's like
it's still
like a funny version of Dead Space.
yeah. It
It looks really Dead Spacey though.
yeah, but it's a really good show and everything that you can get it on Hulu or the TBS app.
Oh, TBS, they have this track record of making really good shows that nobody watches. And I've always wanted to get into the TBS shows. There's the one now with what's his name from Harry Potter?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Steve Buscemi.
Hollows or Horns or something like that.
No.
No.
Like the first season, it's an anthology series, and the first season was Steve Buscemi was God, and
know what you're talking
and Harry
about.
Potter was like one of his guardian.
Daniel Radcliffe. God damn it.
Harry
talking
Potter
about.
Harry Potter was one of his angels or whatever, and then now the second season is they
in the
live
Dark Ages.
they live in the Dark Ages and stuff. Yeah, it's like anthology series with like 3 main actors.
They're the same characters.
Yeah,
Or
different
actors.
characters. Yeah, but yeah.
Miracle Workers.
Miracle Workers, yeah, I want to watch Harry Potter on TBS, dude. That's fucking crazy. You know what? He made so much money during his Harry Potter years that Harry Potter could just do whatever he wants now, which is
He
cool.
should.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Actually, he just talked about an article today about how the last part of the Harry Potter series, he was getting so drunk and everything that like horrible alcoholism and everything that he would show up to like the sets and they'd have to like sober him up like in 2 hours in order to do like. So he sobered up in 2010, but yeah, just think like 2010, like Harry Potter, like wasted walking up to the set.
It's hard to be the kid.
Expectum, go fuck yourself.
Revilius the Boobius.
Send us nudus.
I am reading this 3-issue miniseries called Superman Smashes the Klan, and it's just as satisfying as that title sounds. So it's a good, but it has more heart than that. It's just not 80 pages of Batman just like fucking knocking the Klansmen out.
That sounds awesome.
That is awesome, but it's a story that takes place in the 1940s of this Asian American family that moves from the suburbs to Metropolis proper, and the Klan, they're behind him and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good series. I'm halfway through the last issue, and yeah, I recommend it for everybody. It's
What you talking about?
Superman smashes the Klan.
Wow.
It's as satisfying as it sounds.
That's a comic book series.
Yes.
I was listening.
If you guys have any suggestions or comments, let us know on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. You can find us specifically on Facebook or Twitter.
I'm at CJMFA.
At the Loza 45 _ between the Loza.
At Barker375.
Saint_Able45, even though I'm not off Twitter right now. You can find the show specifically on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, Libsyn, Stitcher, or anywhere else podcasts are found. Buy some merch. We have some cool shirts, some cool new designs that Andres or CJ haven't bought yet because they're big pieces of shit.
Yeah, CJ, when's your shirt coming
Yeah,
in?
when's your shirt coming in, Andres?
Tuesday. Garbage.
Tuesday.
Oh, I should design a Andres Loza anime memorial.
Please don't.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
I never mind. I'll buy one. Don't do it.
Okay, if you don't buy one within the next month, I'll design that.
Okay,
shit.
fine, deal.
Or one that says, "Hey CJ, did you watch this?"
No.
And on the back it says hijinks ensue.
Hijinks ensue. I like that.
No, dude, I'm gonna make a shirt that says that.
Or if you want to do a one-time donation, donate something at nerdworldorder2@gmail.com. It's like, hey, I really didn't enjoy Bloodshot either, but I like you guys talking shit on it. Here's $5. Please do that. It helps towards the show, making the show better, the best we can do. And actually, if you want to donate to our Patreon, do a monthly donation. All the money goes towards making the show better.
And toilet paper.
Do that.
And toilet paper.
Merch is expensive though. It's like $20.
You cheap bastard.
That's a fuckload of money.
No, it's not. But yeah, I think that's it. Next week we'll come back with something else, but hopefully we can do another foursome.
Your monthly subscription to Crunchyroll is like $40. You can probably stop it for a month.
Don't act like you don't know what Crunchyroll is.
I don't know what Crunchyroll is.
All right, thanks everybody for listening, commenting, and don't forget, obey the NWO.
Obey.